I mean, you're someone who's, again, spoke very highly of Usyk in terms of cruiserweight. You think he's a fantastic fighter. What happens if he faces Tyson?
Well, I've heard say he's fighting Canelo. Well, that's his true size, isn't it? Middleweight. It's a good show between Canelo and him. They're both the same size.
Muggins.
It'd be a good fight. But, he could beat Canelo and Usyk on the same night.
Wow.
Tyson. Honestly, play games with him. He's just not big enough. Yeah, he's a tricky little fighter, but it's not how good Usyk is, it's how poor AJ was on the night. Poor. He didn't do anything.
Oh, no.
He tried to outbox a boxer instead of getting physical and throwing him all around the ring, hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. And when he did that, he had Usyk going to quit any time.
He did.
Usyk was looking all around himself. What I could do with being out of here. But he never had the brains, or his team never had the brains to capitalise on that.
Big facts.
When he got rough and physical, it was a one-horse race. But then he let Usyk outbox him.
Big
Sat
facts.
behind and, again, settled for second best. Like the first time.
And then Deontay Wilder again in the heavyweight scene. I know you've made your gripes about Deontay Wilder.
Oh,
What's
that
your
was
actual
quite-
opinion?
Around the ring, hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. Usyk is, it's how poor AJ was on the night. Poor. He didn't do anything. He tried to outbox a boxer instead of getting physical and throwing him all around the ring, hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. And when he did that, he had Usyk going to quit any time. Usyk was looking all round himself, what I could do with being out of here. But he never had the brains, or his team never had the brains to capitalise on that.
Big facts.
When he got rough and physical, it was a one-horse race. But then
Big
he let
facts.
Usyk outbox him. Sat behind and, again, settled for second best. Like the first time.
What's good, family? It's your man, the YB. Back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Clates Boxing for coming through and boosting the coin up. No doubt about it. So we just heard there from your mans, John. Fury. Listen, man. You might know me by now. Me and John don't always see eye to eye. But when John spits... Listen, when John's on 10, he's on 10. This was... I don't know how to put it better myself. Now, there is a contingent of Usyk fans who are delusional and don't know what they're looking at. Oh, you know why you being out? Listen, when AJ was teeing off on Usyk looked shit out of luck. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah, in the first fight, AJ didn't do nothing, and Usyk was more or less always in control. That second fight, when AJ went mad in round 9 or whatever round it was, Usyk looked all out of... He looked, like John Fury said, he looked like he wanted out of there. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, fair enough. YOB, but the next round, Usyk came back. Yeah, the next round, Usyk did come back. I salute him for that. But he came back against what? He came back against a heartless, ballless weightlifter. For all we know, if AJ had had the balls to double down in the next round, Usyk would have been fighting into a brick wall. Do you understand? I'm just going to tell you what, call a spade here. I remember in the first fight in round 7, AJ threw a few body shots, and again, Usyk looked in trouble. He looked like, I'm not sure really what to do here. He looked like, John Fury said, he looked like he was looking for a way out. Yeah, I'm not saying, is Usyk a quitter? No, we've never seen him get to that point before. But let's not forget, people. Remember Kovalev? Yeah. A lot of these Eastern European cats, yeah, they're tough to the head, but to the body, they just melt, it seems to be. I'm just going to call it a spade. Yeah, Kovalev, at the time, it wasn't really Triple G. At the time, Kovalev was the real Triple G at the time. I'm just going to tell you what it was. At the time, Kovalev was the crusher. Kovalev was the guy. Andre Ward goes in there. Listen, Andre Ward isn't known as a big power puncher. Andre Ward goes in there, and next thing you know, Kovalev is backed up in the corner, feeling sorry for himself and jacking. Bottom line. Big facts. Andre Ward, Mr. No Power having ass, made Kovalev, made the big crusher, jack in the corner. So, again, Kovalev had a much more scary reputation than Usyk did. And look how he fell apart. So I'm just going to put it out there. There's nothing to say that Usyk wouldn't have fell apart in a similar fashion. Because like I said, Kovalev, he fell apart. No one would have bet. No one before that second Ward versus Kovalev fight was betting that Ward don't stop no one. No one was betting Kovalev was going to end up in a heap in the corner. And he ended up down bad. Doubled over. Yeah? So I have to put it out there. And it's not no one's fault. Yes, I salute Usyk for beating the most useless, pumped up weightlifter of all time. But what did he really beat? He beat a man with no heart. He beat a man with no ambition. So he has to be, listen, told you before, if Usyk goes in there, yeah, and beats Joe Joyce and beats Tyson Fury, either one of them, he will get exponential respect from me. But so far, in my book, Usyk hasn't actually beat a true world championship level heavyweight. In my opinion, he had a draw against Chisora, and he beat AJ twice. That's it. And AJ, I mean, hate to break it to people, Chisora had ambition. And even then, Chisora wasn't even that on it, truth be known. Chisora wasn't that committed, and still, Usyk had his full, Usyk had his full boots. Listen, Usyk had his boots full. Simple as that. Imagine now, a prime, peak. Chisora's always been B-level. Chisora's never been world championship level. Chisora's never been unified, undisputed champion level. Imagine now, Usyk in there with a full-fledged, prime, world championship level guy. Which for me is Joe Joyce, which for me is Fury. I just don't think it's going to end well for him. That's how I feel. But the great thing about sport is, let's see it. And if I'm wrong, Usyk will get even more credit. If Usyk's able to go in there, as small as he is, and do a job on Joyce, fair play to the guy. He's earned it then. But so far, he hasn't fought no one. Usyk hasn't fought no one really coming to win. He's fought a man who loves to lose. You heard John Fury told you then. AJ turn up and love to lose. AJ don't want to put himself out there. AJ wants to lose and look good doing so. Oh well, I lost but I didn't go down. That's AJ's pinnacle, is to lose and not go down. Oh, I lost but I didn't get put down. That's what AJ loves to go home saying. He doesn't want to go home saying, I put it all out there and got knocked down. That's what he don't want. He's been shell-shocked since Ruiz. And really, we should have known that. The way AJ reacted in the second Ruiz fight shows he was scared to death. You had a 300-pound Mr. Blobby in front of you, and AJ didn't hold his feet once. He ran all night. And let's not make out that AJ was some dynamic boxer before. AJ was known as the Crusher. AJ was mugged. Don't forget, people, yeah? And I have to take responsibility for this as well. But AJ at one point was dragging Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is a clown. What does he know? No, I ain't gonna lie. For me at the time, that was fair enough because you was doing your thing. But don't be dragging Lennox Lewis and then choking against Usyk. That can't work. Keep that same energy, yeah, AJ? The same way you was dragging Lennox, go in there and drag Usyk. Big buff clown having us. But yeah, man, listen. John Fury, these bars was fire. I couldn't have said it better myself. All round. Couldn't have said it better all round, truth be known. Not even a little bit. Yeah? So, anyway. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button. Subscribe. And your boy will be back 100%.